Richard Rich Hall is an American comedian, writer and musician. Early life and career: Hall was born in Alexandria, Virginia and grew up in Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. He is part Cherokee. Early in his career, he performed as a street comedian with a suitcase and stand, traveling the college circuit, and performing impromptu skits for gathering crowds. He attended college at Western Carolina University. Hall's first professional work was as a writer and performer on the original David Letterman Show, and the sketch comedy TV series Fridays from 1980 until 1982. After the end of Fridays, Hall co-wrote and starred in the satirical comedy series Not Necessarily the News from 1983 until 1990, where he coined the term sniglet to describe newly created words and collected and published several volumes of books of them. Matt Groening has described him as the inspiration for Moses Lark from The Simpsons. He was also a regular on Saturday Night Live for the show's 10th season, becoming the only Fridays cast member to be an SNL cast member. In 1986, Hall had his own Showtime Channel special, Vanishing America, which was turned into a book with the same title. He hosted a talk show during the Comedy Channel's 1990-91 season, titled Rich Hall's Onion World. In the United States, he has appeared several times on American talk shows such as Late Show with David Letterman and Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Hall was previously a writer and on-air contributor on The David Letterman Show, Letterman's morning show that aired on NBC in 1980. Appearances and work in the United Kingdom: outside his homeland, Hall has also achieved popularity in the United Kingdom, where he has lived on and off for 23 years. He spends part of his time during the off-seasons writing plays in the United States, where he has a small ranch just outside Livingston, Montana. The rest of the time is spent in London, where he owns a flat. Hall is a guest on popular BBC panel quiz shows, most notably as a regular guest on QI, for which he has received much critical acclaim and is known as the game's most frequently victorious guest panelist with 10 victories, and also with appearances in 8 out of 10 Cats, Have I Got News for You and Never Mind the Buzzcocks. He has also appeared on the British stand-up comedy series Jack D's Live at the Apollo. His appearances achieved some cult status due to his line of jokes on Live at the Apollo about Tom Cruise, and the perceivable similarities between many of his roles. In 2006, Hall also wrote and acted in the play Live Elland at the Edinburgh Festival. Hall has had 4 BBC TV series of his own: Rich Hall's badly funded think tank, Rich Hall's fishing show in 2003, Rich Hall's cattle drive in 2006, as well as a one-off program about the 2004 American presidential elections, Rich Hall's Election Special. He also appeared on the BBC Two program Top Gear, where he successfully managed to make a song about a Rover 25 car, much to the enjoyment of host Jeremy Clarkson and the audience. After the September 11, 2001 attacks, Hall was entrusted with the task of responding to the tragedy on the first subsequent edition of Have I Got News for You. Hall has written and presented 6 90-minute documentaries about film genres, broadcast on BBC 4. Rich Hall's How the West Was Lost discusses westerns, Rich Hall's The Dirty South challenges stereotypical Hollywood presentations of the southern United States, Rich Hall's Continental Drifters examines the American road movie, Rich Hall's Inventing the Indian discusses portrayals of Native Americans, Rich Hall's You Can Go to Hell, I'm Going to Texas, first broadcast June 30, 2013, which examines what it means to be a Texan, and Rich Hall's California Stars. In 2007, he returned to the Fringe with his second play, Best Western, which he wrote and directed. His autumn 2009 tour included a performance at London's Hammersmith Apollo, which was recorded and released in November 2009 as a live DVD. In 2009, he performed at the Edinburgh Festival in 2 shows, his solo stand-up and also with longtime collaborator Mike Wilmot and Montana-based actor Tim Williams in a new play entitled Campfire Stories. On April 5, 2010, Hall appeared as one of the stand-up acts on Channel 4's Comedy Gala, a benefit show organized by Channel 4 to raise money for Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital. Hall is a former regular performer on Channel 4's Stand Up for the Week, which began in June 2010. Hall also appeared in the Paul Merton era of the television series Room 101. In January 2015, Hall started a comedy tour of the UK called 310 to Humour. Otis Lee Crenshaw. In 2000, he won the Perrier Comedy Award at the Edinburgh Fringe, in the guise of his own grizzled uncle, Otis Lee Crenshaw, the much-convicted country music singer. He has released several albums, including How Do We Do It? Vol. in 2003, and a concert video, as this character. The first album, London Not Tennessee, in 2001, was recorded on the first comedy tour, and included 2 duets on stage with U.S. singer Catherine Porter. In 2004, he published a book of the man's memoirs, entitled Otis Lee Crenshaw, I Blame Society, and in 2007 he finished a screenplay for a film based on the book, written for the director Mel Smith. In 2008, Hall toured 2 stand-up shows around the UK. Rich Hall Autumn Tour 2008 played around 45 dates and headlined as his alter ego in a show entitled Otis Lee Crenshaw and Band, with Rich Hall listed as a special guest. He subsequently toured a version of this show throughout the UK and Ireland in 2009, with longtime sidekick Myron T. Buttram and Lonesome Dave appearing at the 2009 Adelaide Fringe Festival, the Sydney Opera House, and the 2009 Melbourne Comedy Festival. The band were originally credited as with the Black Liars, and were renamed as the Hunky Tonga Holes when joined by Horst Furstu and drummer Mark Hewitt. Other appearances: Rich Hall made an Irish TV appearance as a guest on the 5th series of RTA Pamela's topical news comedy programme, Don't Feed the Gondolas, and has appeared at the Kilkenny Cat Laughs Comedy Festival on 15 occasions. He has also performed at the West Belfast Festival Fail and Fobail, one of the largest community festivals in Ireland, to a sellout audience where he received widespread critical acclaim. He appeared in several Pizza Hut commercials in the 1980s, mainly promoting Pizza Hut's guarantee of serving each customer within 5 minutes. Hall has achieved some popularity in Australia, regularly appearing at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and the Adelaide Fringe Festival, and on Australian comedy panel shows, such as The Glass House and Spicks and Specks. Hall appeared at the Garvey 1989 Celebrity Ski Classic and at the Altitude Comedy Festival 2008 in the ski resort of Maribel in France. He also appeared albeit briefly in the 2006 Cheap Seats episode titled Steve Garvey Celebrity Skiing. List of celebrities impersonated on SNL: Doug Henning, Doug Flutie, Bernhard Goes, Caspar Weinberger, Paul Harvey, David Byrne, Mark Goodman, Vince McMahon. Musical and literary career. Filmography CHUD. 2. Bud the CHUD. Discography London Not Tennessee, How Do We Do It? Volume. Bibliography 1984, Sniglets, ISBN 0-02-012530-5, 1985, More Sniglets, Any Word That Doesn't Appear in the Dictionary, But Should, 1986, Unexplained Sniglets of the Universe, 1986, Rich Hall's Vanishing America, ISBN 0-02-547480-4, 1987, Angry Young Sniglets, 1989, When Sniglets Ruled the Earth, 1994, Self-Help for the Bleak, Attaboy Therapy, ISBN 0-8431-3669-3, 2002, Things Snowball, ISBN 0-349-11576-1, 2003, Top Gear, 2004, Otis Lee Crenshaw, I Blame Society, ISBN 0-349-11818-3, 2009, Magnificent Bastards, ISBN 0-349-11965-1. References. External links: Rich Hall at the Internet Movie Database, Rich Hall reading from Magnificent Bastards at Writ Loud, London.